And now it's time for Things the Internet is Reeing About Today. In these tough economic times, we can count on one thing to be consistent. That someone, somewhere, is upset by something that doesn't personally affect them at all. In times such as these, we laugh at this outrage. Because let's face it, nobody likes a Marge Simpson ruining everyone else's fun.
Get used to it. Oh, I'm tired of talking about this. We've been talking about this crap all morning. Shut up, Bella Ramsey, or whatever your crappy name is. Why are you here?
Meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
I couldn't even sit through watching the stupid game. It was so boring. Same thing with the show. The show was like an episode in. We got half an hour through. We're like, do we really want to sit around watching this crap?
Yeah, it didn't do anything for me.
It was
no,
boring.
seriously.
It was a drag.
It was slow moving, and listen, I know people like that kind of stuff, slow moving, but
Kind of a drag. It was kind of a drag.
Yeah, it was.
It was a drag, and I don't mean in that sense. I mean, it was just this boring downer of an experience. Oh, they set up, he's got this daughter, and then they shoot the daughter, and then some kid stumbles in, and then they inject her through with a needle that probably is gonna euthanize her. And then we get Bratty non-binary, whatever the
meow, meow, meow.
name is. I'm non-binary. I don't care. Does that mean you're just ugly now? Is that a new way of saying you're ugly? I think that's what it is.
Your mama says you ugly. Hey!
I'm in a mood. Don't you tell me you're non-binary as a way to ignore and draw attention away from your man jaw. You got a man jaw and you know it, kid. Backlash. I know people will think what they want, but they're gonna have to get used to it, the actress. Well, you're not an actress. You're a non-binary it, they, them person. So your rules, not mine, pal. The actor, it thing, said of the show's queer character storyline. Well, there's gay zombies now. There's gay zombies now.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't watched any of it.
Storylines? They have queer storylines now?
Yeah, well, they have a gay romance.
Are the zombies?
By episode 3. I don't think there's zombies, but
see, you
you
say queer storylines and The Last of Us, and my brain goes to Eaten Back to Life from Cannibal Corpse, which you can't show.
I can't show
because
that.
It's a corpse eating out another.
It's a cannibal.
It's a corpse. Well, they're eating, but cannibalism is not the way you would use that term in that one. So I'm thinking they're getting some giggity with the zombies in this. Is that what's happening? The corpses are...
I would have to look into it. I'm not sure. Listen, I've been on a big Mad Max kick. I've been watching that lately. I don't know why. People seem to think we're already there. I guess it's me preparing for it, I guess. I don't know.
Says the cat. He's meowing in the background.
Meow.
So, they said there's queer characters. As far as Bella Ramsey is concerned, people skipping The Last of Us because of his queer storyline is no dirt off her shoulder. I skipped it because I got tired of seeing a boring post-apocalyptic environment where people are having to do little stupid odd jobs and scrape and scrimp and scringe and scavenge and work for these giant organizations that pop up just to survive, just like Andor. We literally just saw this in Andor, and with Pedro Pascal in it, it's the same show. It's the same damn show, only it's zombies this time.
Yeah.
Well, the HBO series premiered last month has drawn rave reviews. It's courted some culture war backlash too. Oh, shove it. You're 2 months too late for this stuff, and about 2 years beyond my pay grade and interest level in further perpetuating the fake culture war stuff. Because we know that the word groomer is popped up by the Koch brothers and the Daily Wire as the right wing's thing to be triggered by over and over and over again as the buzzword to get it in your head, like diversity is on the left, because they're being socially conditioned to use that word just like the left uses the word diversity,
yeah.
or racism. It's just to get people fighting with each other so they forget that they were really mad about gas prices and storylines. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We were mad about gas prices and storylines, and I'm mad that this is the same storyline practically. Did we forget that Abby comes and bashes Joel's head in at the end?
Abby smash.
Like, everybody was mad just 2 years ago over The Last of Us 2 coming along and destroying Joel's character. So why we're going through and saying, well, we know where this is gonna go, and being super on board or super outraged for any reason one way or another, I think this is just pointless promotional BS.
This
That's why this one, they, them, it person latched onto a they, them, it person identity.
This strikes me as being a not a paid puff piece, but this does strike me as being a puff piece.
It's a puff piece.
It is a puff piece. It seems like a puff piece because it's very Ramsey, who's non-binary, uses pronouns.
Yeah. Well, and it also goes right in and it starts trashing. And don't get me wrong, I have no love for Ben Shapiro, but he has a good point in this. From what I saw, is that they drop Brokeback Mountain right in the middle of a zombie apocalypse from two characters like Gay Ron Swanson and some other guy, in the middle of what should have been zombie, and they just completely bring two characters in to tell a story about gay cancer love story where the other guy has to choose to, get an injection rather than turning or something.
Well,
and that's what they're mad about, and it took them 3 episodes to drop it.
Yeah, I mean,
just for attention, because by now everybody who's not interested is already off.
Probably checked out of it.
Yeah, everybody who just doesn't want another zombie apocalypse thing is checked out.
Yeah, I've checked out. I mean, listen.
And I'm just talking about it because this is like, because I see exactly what they're doing. They're bringing in Ben Shapiro for people to be mad at Ben Shapiro.
Yeah. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet-ass P-word.
They're bringing in buzzword. We've done this too many years on the other channels where we would debunk the exact same freaking puff pieces time and time again, that we see what they're doing on the other side too.
Well, the real puff piece is from British GQ, but this is what you'd call a rewrite.
Yeah.
Where they take stuff from, they don't have an original piece, but they take bits and pieces from another article and then they compile it into their own thing.
That's 90% of what these writers do. They'll one actor will give an interview somewhere, and then everybody will pick off and scavenge little headlines and stuff for tiny little articles to circulate around Twitter.
Yeah, this
over the next week or so, just to promote these stupid shows.
The internet's full of rewrites. I mean, that's
kind of beside the point here too. I think the biggest thing is just to perpetuate the culture wars stuff, because they're like, see, you're still mad about this. Aren't you still mad about this? Because now it's gotten to the point where the people who are genuinely mad about this genuinely believe that society has collapsed or is collapsing so far that there's nothing left to do but be mad about it on social media, like that's gonna change anything, or sit around and cry about it. On the other hand, I don't see this as helping promote the show any.
No, it really doesn't. I mean, it used to be, and I've often said this, what happened to, hey, you know what, I know this may not be for everybody, but, we worked really hard on it. A lot of people put a lot of time and love into this. We all love the game. We all love the source material. Yeah, the cast are great. I think you're going to enjoy it. What happened to that? If you don't like it, don't watch it. Screw you, pal.
Yeah, now it's, if you have any problem with any gay character in the show, you're clearly an istophobe and blah, blah, blah. And that's what they're going to assume I'm saying about it. They're going to assume I'm sitting here complaining that it's gay characters instead of the 17th season in a row of zombie things. Like, I'm getting too old for zombie things.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen. Hey,
I've grown up with it. Don't get me wrong. I loved it when I was a kid in the 80s. You could get me to watch all the Night of the Living Dead. The Return of the Living Dead is one of my favorite movies. Just once 2010 came along and Walking Dead, and that never went away. That's still there. Every little thing started becoming Walking Dead and Last of Us, and they've been hammering this Last of Us,
Resident Evil.
Yeah, and Resident Evil, but Last of Us particularly, it's like they won't let this one storyline go. It's like, yeah, I get it, you're proud of this one storyline, but this is the same story that's been remade 17 times already over the last 8 years, and I've only been hearing about this story practically.
Protect the kid.
Protect the stupid kid. And it's the same story between this, The Mandalorian, which also has Pedro Pascal. The same story between Falling Skies was a Protect the Kid. Yeah. Walking Dead, there was a whole season where they went out of their way to find that stupid brat Sophia just to find out that she didn't stay where she was and she went and got turned into a stupid zombie.
And there was another movie actually with Clive Owen, Children of Men, which was, society falling apart. Protect the kid. Well, the kid was unborn.
This seems too much like a social condition, like a social experiment to me. Of how many times can we get people protect the kid, groomer.
When real conspiracies become far too outlandish, that's when parody conspiracies look even more like reality. It's time to strap on your headgear and search through the aluminum archives.
like they're trying to hammer this thing into people's heads to hypnotize them into jumping on board with this, and it's the same thing over again. And they're antagonized. See, you just hate gay people if you don't like this ugly them it kid with the man jaw. And they make you mad, and they get you into, it's like, nuh-uh, I want to protect kids. I just don't like this because this is mean and this is bad or whatever. Yeah. And it just seems like they're trying a little too hard to sell us on this.
Yeah, it does.
It's been too many years of this exact same story. It's like, the jig is up. I get it. You're trying to hypnotize me into caring about this kid, and I don't still. Aluminum archives are real, everybody.
All right. See you later, everybody. Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!
Meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow.